present here. On behalf of Youngrush, I welcome all to today's webinar titled Are We Outdated? Youngrush is a career tech startup into internship placements and end-to-end virtual HR solutions. We at Youngrush take pleasure by educating our stakeholders through our webinar series. Today's webinar will throw light on self-assessment and staying relevant with the market, which is the need of the hour. And our today's resource person is an industry expert, Dr. Bala Subramanian, also known as Bala Sandilan. He has a PhD in psychology and postgraduate diploma in training and development. Apart from several diplomas in various streams, postgraduate in physiotherapy, psychotherapy,
Psychotherapy.
psychotherapy, counseling, and postgraduate in education management. US certified NLP master practitioner, TA 101 certified, has started a training and consulting firm in a small way in India after having had an experience over 30 years in HR administration and in the area of training and development in the corporate and educational sector. He has trained over lakh employees, workers, supervisors, and managers so far. He has addressed over 30,000 students by visiting more than 80 colleges all over Tamil Nadu on soft skills and entrepreneurship. He has trained over 10,000 women on entrepreneurship. His name has been appearing in the popular People of Tamil Nadu directory for the past 25 years. A thought leader and a renowned transformation coach popular in the social media. He is also a prolific writer, poet in Tamil, having published several anthologies of poems and number of self-development books. He has been awarded with the cultural titles such as Vidyaratna, Sadhanayalar, and Palgalai Kalanyar. I would like to close my note with a positive thought by Benjamin Franklin. An investment in knowledge pays the best result. An investment in knowledge pays the best result. This is Ajay Karthik, heading HR and operations at Youngrush, signing off. Bala. Bala.
Jai, introduction and guide Young Rush networking in the future. Today is Are We Outdated? Webinar free for everybody. And the key takeaways today will be, it's planned as such to give you steps in assessing and improving self, simple tools for self-assessment, frequency of assessment, and selecting the right mentor to stay connected, relevant. How is our IT, that is information and technical knowledge, predictions beyond 2030. So we'll be covering all these things. So it might extend, by 5 hours. So then we'll have interaction also with the, cooperation of the organizers. So we will straight away go to the presentation. I wish all of you a great day ahead today. So we have had quite heavy rain in the city yesterday, all waterlogged. And it is, very fortunate thing that we are attending this program, and I'm also conducting this program from home. So you are able to program from your place without any commutation. So that's the beauty of this program, and we'll straight away start the presentation. You can see the change or same live. That means you want to change yourself or to remain the same. It is very much related to the kept RV. Whether you like it or not, you have to change. There's no other goal. Otherwise, supposed to get ourselves for reasons obviously known to us. You can see in various fields. I can give you very quickly a couple of examples. In these 2 years, uh, you know, we have seen corona happening. Very temporary kind of a thing which is going on. Nobody is very sure of what is going to happen the next day. Corona is slowly, getting over, perhaps, and maybe the next wave will come from Germany or Hong Kong or whatever. But still, many things have changed in the schools, film industry, and the various main industries. If you see, the right example, we have seen Dunzo. People are carrying food for you, various items for you. There's a company called Link, which is carrying things, beyond the city limits. And you would have seen, Swiggy and various, Flipkart kind of companies. Food items, vegetables, everything at the doorsteps. And many people have no business. They have turned themselves to do some other business. For example, if they are electrician, plumbers, they have become vegetable vendors. Uh, you would have seen, most companies who are involved in selling these other things have started to sell medical equipments like oximeters, and gloves and masks, things like that. Rings, and they started to make ventilators. They who were making paint and liquors and all to make sanitizers. So there is a huge change which happened in Coimbatore. Many of the mills, they could not export themselves. They started to do masks and the dress material, which is suitable for the corona thing, for the doctors. And we have seen uh, people working round the clock, doctors, corporation people, policemen, and medical staff, and the field workers. Many people have worked. This is one kind of change. If you look at the technological change, many of us could not go to the bank, and even bank was working with a very close, small size of the employees. So what happened? So we downloaded the bank, app. So we transferred money either through the bank transfer system, or we were using, started to use Google Pay, M-Pay, whatever it was, convenient to you. And we could see our passbook on the mobile itself. So the mobile is one such instrument which has become a multiple kind of an instrument. In fact, we have already downloaded the TV remote in our mobile, and we are controlling the TV, we are controlling the AC, and we are also using the mobile for camera purpose, recording purpose, and for using social media, checking the mails. That means many things are happening. People are becoming, you know, getting used to it. And if you look at the things of the smart, so a lot of smart telephone and smart TVs have come, and with our voice recognition, TVs are getting on, and it is telling us jokes. And people have started to understand less is more, and they have started to work with a small team. They are able to produce huge results. So, and the relationship is very important, and people have been recognized for their wonderful work, either by the private companies or the corporate companies, or even by the government. And remuneration has taken the third seat. So first of all, relationship was very important, and we could not attend many of the good events, bad events. We could not visit people, so we were only talking to them either over telephone or WhatsApp. So there are so many changes happening around us. And for school children, online class taking place. For college students, online exams were taking place, and many of the office meetings were taking place only in the virtual mode. And in fact, some consultants, like I know my friend Dr. Meghnad, he conducted more than 50 workshops of duration of 5 to 7 days, kind of a thing. And literary associations like where I'm associated, Uratha Sindhane, they have been conducting meetings every Sunday through Zoom. It's not just Zoom; it is Google Meet, it is Microsoft. So there are various applications like Zoho. So we are getting used to such new normal, and some companies have started to give training back to how to be back to be in office. That is, people have been working from the uh, house mode, and they have to once again get accustomed to the official situation, how to work from the office. They have not been used to it because uh, from your house you can switch off your videos, and you can be from your bedroom, you can be from anywhere. You may not wear a proper dress. So there were not much restrictions, unless you just logged in, performed the presentations, and you were in contact with the client, and you produce results, and you are not questioned for many of the decorum kind of a thing. But when you go to office, it will again become the same. So if we stay in one place, we'll become outdated. That means what? We see why water is getting locked. It's not because same way we will be, you know, becoming obsolete if we do not change ourselves. And we are, just going to play a small video. And this video you might have seen during the World Cup matches. It's just for 30 seconds, but it has. शो ही नहीं। ओह हाय, कॉलेज के बाद ऐसे सेमिनार्स नहीं मिलेंगे। हाँ नहीं यार, मैं बस ऑफिस के साथ साथ ग्रेड का एक ऑनलाइन कोर्स कर रही हूँ। ऑनलाइन कम ऑन टाइमर्स। हाँ शो ही नहीं। हाँ जानते हो। हाँ हाँ हम तो बैचमेट्स हैं। ओह वेरी गुड, शी जॉइनिंग अस। वाह सर, सुपर चॉइस, ग्रेट चॉइस। इसीलिए शी इज योर न्यू बॉस। बॉस फास्ट फॉरवर्ड योर करियर विद ऑनलाइन शो ही नहीं। My dear friends, if it
Sir, I think you have gone on mute, sir. We are unable to hear you.
is it okay?
Yes, now fine, sir.
Hello? Yeah, yeah. No, no. For the video, I had removed the headphone. Then only you'll get the audio. That's why. Fine. Can we go ahead?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Can we proceed? Okay. Okay. If any of the participants would like to say something, you can unmute yourself and say a few words about this video that we have just seen. Is there any volunteer? Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I guess nobody's interested to say anything.
Sir, I'm here, sir.
Ah, fine. Please.
I think this
please,
video
please
clearly
introduce
tells
yourself.
that
Please
I'm
introduce
Anthony,
yourself.
sir. I'm
Yeah.
Anthony.
Okay.
I think this video is one of the powerful video of communicating how a person can be elevated through this online program, where we may be looking at them in a very simple way during over the period of time from the college to this one few months, where she has used the online platform to upgrade herself and became the other's boss. That's how I look at it, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful. Very well, sir. Thank you so much for your interaction. So, owing to time, I'm not going to, have interaction from others. Uh, you would have heard many people asking you, how old are you? So there was a movie in Malayalam. The same thing was produced in Tamil called Muppatar Vaidinile by Jyotika. The question here is, how bold are you? As the entrepreneur, as decision-taking managers, leaders, as college professors. I don't know how many of you are joined from different kind of a. So when you are making some decisions, how bold are you? If you look at Dhoni, who was recently retired from various forms of cricket, uh, his you know main secret of success was he was always winning the toss. He had the technique of winning the toss. I mean, when you toss actually a 5 rupee coin, 7 out of 10 it comes as head. You can try it at home. If it is a 1 rupee coin, 6, 7 times it will be tail. So maybe Dhoni must have understood what kind of coin they are using, how it is, spent, and he will take a call, and mostly he will win. But it's not the question of just winning the toss. You have to take a decision after winning the toss, whether to bat or ball. Dhoni comes from a very, very lower strata category of life. So what he used to do, what other people will not do perhaps, he will get into the pitch in the morning itself. He will interact with the fieldsmen as to how the field behave, the pitch will behave, whether there will be a dew or it will be a slow pitch. It is good for batting, it is good for bowling. So based on which, he will take a call whether to bat first or ball and whether to include somebody, whether to exclude somebody. Many other times he has started the bowling with a spinner, the over itself. That means how bold are you? What kind of decisions you are taking? I'm coming to the same example of what I said earlier in my session of many companies were switching over their business, itself from their core business to the current business, whatever is going on, supplying food, supplying medicine, supplying medical equipments, whatever is, in the demand. So they were doing that. So many of the theaters were closed, many of the Kalyana Mandapams were closed. So you can imagine the caterers were not having a job, and the event managers were not doing a job, DJ, RJ. So many people were missing jobs. So they wanted to get themselves trained with a new skill and get into the new platform. There's a big risk, but if you don't take a risk, you don't get any benefit. So that's the situation. So how bold are you? It's a very big, beautiful question. So I want you to ask yourself, how bold are you while taking decisions, irrespective of your age? And then people are not interested in excuses, infinite results. That means reasons are reasonable, only results are rewardable, says Yukira. People do not want any excuse. So normally they take responsibility. People, when they ask, today we wanted to start it at 11 and we exactly started at 11. But many, institutions who organize such meetings, they'll say, we just wait for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, please, hold on like that. It's like a political meeting. தலைவர் வருகிறார் வந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார். So there is no excuse. So no saying, traffic jam, there is a puncture in my vehicle and all that. So you have to say, I started late. If you want to be a leader, if you want to be a good, manager, you want to be setting an example in life, own responsibilities rather. Some examples like, the shirts never become small. We slightly, get a little fatter. Perhaps in this, corona period, the physical movement has gone down, and many of us have put on little weight, and the previous shirts are not, matching to our size. Yes, especially shirts. I'm saying we are not, using trousers at all of late in the recent past. So we have not even checked whether the trouser size is okay or not. So shirts is not matching to. But how do we say shirts have become very small? So it's just one example I'm saying. There are many such examples where we do not own responsibility. See, if you want to gain from pain to gain, வலி இல்லாமல் வாழ்க்கையிலே அப்படின்னு தமிழ்ல சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா? ஸோ குச் பாने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ा है அப்படிமா ஹிந்தில. அதாவது if you want to gain something, You have to do something. There is a pain. Get into a new thing, there will be a pain. It's not the path, the easy path. So you have to go through a difficult phase in your life, and you have to go through the challenges. It's not a comfort zone. So you are moving from your comfort zone to challenge zone. So you have to go through the pain. Without that pain, there'll be no gain. If you look at it, desire to delight. ஒரு களிமண் வந்து எப்படி பானையா மாறுது, there is a big story behind it. நிறைய பேர் வந்து விநாயகர் சதுர்த்திக்கு சமயத்துல அப்போ கூட மழை பெஞ்சிச்சு. People were making the idols of Lord Vinayaka. So people finish their puja well before 12:30, 1 o'clock or something like that. But beyond 1 o'clock, those idols do not get sold. They once again become the clay. So the maker who prepares the Vinayaka idols, he will bundle it up and take it back to his village. அதாவது ஒருத்தர் அருமையா கவிதை எழுதினாரு. களிமண் எல்லாம் கடவுள் ஆச்சு, காசு மாச்சு, விற்காத கடவுள் எல்லாம் மீண்டும் களிமண்ணாச்சு அப்படின்னு எழுதுறாரு. So there is a process actually. Anybody's success is not just like a walk through success. It's not like a easy walk, and you have to go through the phase. For example, if you just keep the cooker on the stove, you will close the cooker after switching on, of course, the stove, and you will put the weight, and you need to wait for 15 minutes, and then it will start to whistle. Maybe after 5 or 6 whistles, you will put off the stove. Immediately, you cannot open the cooker. You need to wait for 5 to 7 minutes. Depends on the process that we are going through. After that, only you can open. So that means we are looking at the delight. The moment the cooker is opened, so you are ready to eat. So you will be enjoying the meal, what you have prepared. But you need to wait. During that waiting period, you need to have the positive attitude. That's very important. When you are patient enough, you should not become a patient. So you have to wait. You should have the positive mental attitude, and you should have a deep desire to get delight. And raising beyond our beliefs, many of us we have a self-doubt. Can I do it? I'm capable of doing it. So there is a huge self-doubt. Unless you believe in yourself, you just can't do it. Many of the personality experts they say, you please understand yourself. Understanding means we have couple of more slides coming on that specific to that, like the strength, weakness, opportunity, challenges. So we don't do it as threat nowadays. We call it as SWOT analysis. So we need to understand ourselves. Strength, what do I desire to achieve? How do I do achieve it? Who I join to achieve it? For example, now Ragesh is they have actually requested me to do the program. There are many trainers in Chennai. So with whom we are going to collaborate to make the program successful. That makes very, very, important decision in your life to get this success. So when you have a doubt, you may not do it. So understand yourself, and then accept yourself. You have your own certain weakness. Maybe you are not able to communicate in English. You are not good in making content. You are not good in making a presentation. So when you realize that, what you should do, you have to develop that skill. You have to get into it, understand your weakness, and weaken that weakness. நம்மளோட பலவீனத்தை பலவீனமாக்கினால்தான் நம்மளோட பலமா அது மாறும். So we have to accept ourselves, and then admire ourselves, and then love yourself. When you love yourself, what will happen? You will take care of yourself with the food that you are consuming, with your health, with your fitness, many things, with your attire, everything. And then finally believe yourself. So understand yourself, accept yourself, admire yourself, and then love yourself. Finally believe yourself. So that means raising beyond beliefs. So there are certain things which you're never tried before. So when you try it, maybe you're going to be successful. Without trying, if you say, I can't, I don't think I can be successful in this. How do you know? Unless you get into it. So somebody wants to have the feel of the Marina Beach. The நிறைய அலை வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கு. காலை நினைக்கணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறீங்க. காலை தூக்கி கடல்ல வைக்கலைன்னா அலை எப்படி வந்து உங்களை தொடும்? So you have to take the risk, of doing it. And past imperfect, future tense. I tell you, everybody, the past has been imperfect. We have not had a very big. We are attending this program. I will not be conducting this program. So there are many CEOs, there are many rich people in this world. So they have done something different. That is why they are able to achieve success. So past has been little imperfect. We need not blame our parents. We need not blame the school. We need not blame the teachers. We have to, own responsibility for whatever we were, whatever we are, whatever we are going to be. Nobody else is responsible, but only us. So past imperfect. நம்ம தமிழ்ல ஒரு பாட்டு இருக்கு இல்லையா? நடந்ததையே நினைத்திருந்தால் மழை என்றுமில்லை. So whatever has happened. So we say we have to live in the present. அப்படிலாம் சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா? That means அந்த மொமெண்ட்ல நம்ம இருக்கணும். அப்போதான் வந்து we'll be able to see what is happening in front of us. And of course, the future, when I say future tense, future is always, tension is. People who are dreamers will think about the future. People who are feeling very guilty or feeling disappointed, feeling frustrated, they think about the past. So those who are very successful will be focusing only on the present. We say mindfulness. A lot of training is happening for mindfulness. That means when you have tea, people say in China, they consume tea like a tea therapy. They just hold both the hands. They actually consume tea like this. They will every sip they enjoy. But here in this part of our country, we want to do everything. We bath very fast. We dress up with people. We forget to socks. We forget our shirt buttons. And we forget to take helmet. Many we are not organized because we are always in a tension. We have already reached the place where we want to reach. So we are not in the present moment. So past imperfect, whatever has happened has happened. But what is happening in front of you? And about the future, you can create your own future. You are the sculptor. சிற்பியும் நீங்களே, சிலையும் நீங்களே. So உங்களால வந்து you can create a very excellent future for yourself. And wherever you are attached with, if you are having your own company, maybe you are working for a big company or a small company or a startup company, or you are working for a college or any institution, or a product is reliable, you need to feel very proud about your products. You need to feel very proud about your people around you. That means your team. Uh, Feel proud about the organization, we say, no? So then only the total employee involvement will come. Unless you are motivated, unless you are involved, your team, cannot get motivated. So the speed of the team depends on the speed of the captain, we say. So are your products reliable? Can you rely on your own products? If there is something lacking, what I can do in my product or a product mix, how I can improve my product. ஸோ நம்ம கோல்கேட் அது இதெல்லாம் பார்க்குறோம். உங்கள் இதில் வந்து உப்பு இருக்கா, அது இருக்கா, இது இருக்கான்னு கேட்குறாங்க இல்லையா? தட் மீன் கீப் ஆன் இம்ப்ரூவிங் த ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ். ஸோ தட்ஸ் ஹவ் a new product comes or an improved product comes. And our people, if they are not dependable, you need to identify where they are going wrong. Whether they have to be trained in terms of skill, in terms of attitude, in terms of knowledge. So you give them that kind of a training and motivate them, uh, tell them that they are capable, and you have to inspire them. You have to say, please come along with me. you cannot say just go. If you just say go, that means you're not a good leader. If you say come, let's go, then you are a big leader. So are your people dependable? If they are not dependable, make them very capable and dependable. So look at the team which is playing the test match now. Shreyas Iyer was having a debut day for yesterday, and he made a century. And we have seen people like Shardul Thakur, people like many new people. They have made a wonderful performance in the recent past. So it's applicable in various industries. A lot of small companies are doing well. A lot of new actors are doing well. A lot of new singers are doing well. A lot of new music directors are doing very well. That means what? They are trying to align with the right people. That's very important. And nowadays, there is no transaction business. It is only relationship business. So when it's like a trip. Uh, we are trying to give an experience to the customer. Working with you. Uh, when I say transaction, you sell something, you make a bill, you get the payment. The transaction is over. But you look for a long-lasting relationship with your customer. That's what is very, very important. That means you have to retain the customer and also look for a new customer, and then develop a new product and look for alignments with the other areas as well. So the relationship is very important. We call it a CRM, customer relationship management. So for which we need to have a very good rapport with the customers that we are dealing with. So which we have to talk in the same language that they are speaking. We say in NLP, some people are audio, some people are audio related, some people are visual related, some people are kinesthetic. I can just explain to you. If somebody starts a dialogue saying, listen, I want to say something. When they say listen, they are audio people. Some people say, look, now I want to tell you something. So if they say listen or look, they say combined. They are audio video people. And people say, I feel very happy to associate with you. That means they are field oriented. We call them as kinesthetic. So if you talk in the same language, that means if you are able to match their vibes, match their frequency, you will be able to create a very good rapport. So immediately you will have a better relationship with them, a long-lasting relationship with them. So that's very important. So the business model has changed from transaction business to relationship business in the recent past. I know it's not because you are technically very sound, your product is very good, your price is good, but they will give business only to people where they have very good relationship, so that they can actually explain their position. They also understand your position. So mutual relationship, it's built. And if you look at the present situation, as I told you, gone those days where we had only the model of the button phone, or the green and red button phone. So we have gone for the smartphone. From some people have started to use the 4G, 5G model kind of a thing. So the phone industry has changed. Basically, uh, people want expert what kind of mobile they are carrying with themselves. So they just keep it on the table during the meeting to tell people what kind of mobiles they are carrying. So before we start to communicate, they look at their your what kind of smell, fragrance is coming from your dress. That means your perfumes, your watch, the pen you are using, the kind of glass that you're wearing, and the mobile that you're carrying. So, in which vehicle you is the office, everything is being watched. And in the context of pollution, people are going to have battery cars. They are going to get rid of the petrol diesel car, because not just petrol and diesel price is going up, but there is going to be a huge scarcity. So we just can't meet the demand of the petrol and diesel, which is the gift, you know, nature. It is, we are just getting it from the ground. At one point of time, we may not get. Same to coal also. The thermal power will go away. So we'll have to look for the alternate energy. So it be tidal power, it would be atomic power, it could be the solar power. So we need a lot of power in the house or office or anywhere. And we also look for mobile Wi-Fi connectivity. The buses, many of the buses are being turned to the sleeper. Nobody has a kickstart vehicle. Everything is a sales-start vehicle. And if you look at the dress materials in the shops in the recent past, they say a slim fit, comfort fit, a regular, and the sizes have also changed to suit to the people mindset and the behavior. If you go to any mall, everybody is either large, extra large, or double large, or a family size. We say so because that kind of a dress material is only available in the recent past, and people have stopped using wrist watches. So they are using only mobile phones for that. Even if you are traveling in a car, there is a clock in the car itself. And if you are watching television, the clock is attached in the television itself. The program in the program itself, the television shows the time as well. So the present market conditions are changing. There is a continuous change in the minds of the people, in the mindset of the people, behavior of the people, and there is no brand loyalty at all. You cannot say my grandfather used to read Hindu. So people have changed to Times of India and various other, and many people have started to, go only for online news, stopped reading print, material. If you look at the stories, I'm a writer actually. Short stories used to run for 4 to 7 pages. People have started to write, very very short, crisp stories which runs only into 3 or 4 paragraphs. If you look at the poetries, the poems are written only from 3 to 7 lines. People have no time to read, beyond that. If you look at some of the art films, it's not just 8 minutes or 12 minutes. People try to finish off in 3 minutes. They want to have very quick. You look at this seminar, it can be actually conducted for half day. We are just having it for 1 hour only. So even if it is 1 hour, you may think, oh, it is 1 hour. So Ajay has very cleverly put it as 60 very, very important time for each one of us. People's behavior is changing. There is no brand loyalty. People keep changing their brands. People keep, people used to earlier. Now they are trying to eat, Chinese. They're trying to eat North Indian food. They're trying to taste every kind of food that is available. And Chennai and Coimbatore and various major cities in Tamil Nadu have become a cosmopolitan city. It applies to various cities in the other part of the country also. So because a lot of people from different religion, different culture, they are living. So there is a multiple culture which is happening, and the products which are produced are all made like that. If you look at the advertisements nowadays, whether it's soap or whatever, they try to add something related to COVID. They say this is very useful for COVID. That means they're trying to change the advertisement also. We are actually seeing the cyclone frequently aflame. நிறைய கேட்பாங்க கிட்ட மாதம் மும்மாரி பெய்கிறதா அப்படின்ட்டு. இப்பெல்லாம் வாரம் மும்மாரி பெய்கிறது அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். So it rains very heavily, 3 times a week. And from this picture where I have shown you, huge trees only fall first. Very lean manufacturing, slim trees, lean trees do not fall. Means if you are very fat, if you are obese, they only had a lot of problems during COVID. Those did not have any kind of other issues like BP, sugar, or whatever. If they are lean, they could survive. It applies to not just trees and human beings. It applies to business also. If you are very, very big, you cannot control. You take the example of a puppy. Supposing you have a dog at home, it was very, very small. It was in your control. You could actually be a puppy wherever you wanted to go. As it grew very well, let us say after 2, 3 years, it becomes very big. And when you take the dog for a walk, it was dragging you or it is dragging you. Same way, when the business has grown to beyond a certain limit, the business drags you. You don't control the business controls you. So, are you agile or fragile? There's a biggest question. Supposing if you are sitting in a flimsy chair, obviously the chair will break and you will fall down. So you need to be very, very agile and you cannot afford to be fragile. It's very important. So please ask this question to yourself. And now we are coming to the very important part, which is about the self-assessment. There are a lot of psychometric personality tests available, in the internet free of cost. You can just type free of cost assessment for you, and you can also, type wheel of life. You will get the same picture. That means a physical environment, your business or career, your finances, your health, your family and friends, your romance, and your personal growth, and fun and recreation. And you can see there is a mark given from 0 to 10. So you take a printout of this, in your office or at home, and start to give mark uh, based on your concerns. மனசாட்சிப்படி மார்க்கை கொடுங்க. உங்களோட physical environment எப்படி இருக்கு? That means, are you healthy? Physically, are you healthy? Are you fit enough? So what kind of mark you can give from in the grade of 0 to 7? Same thing for your career, same thing, or for your business, same thing for your financial position, same thing for your health, same thing for your family and friends. How much importance you give on how what is your relationship kind of, how much time you spend for uh, romance with your girlfriend, your wife, uh, you know, and of course your parents or your children. You include love and affection also in this romance, and then how much time you are allocating for your own enhancement. It includes, your physical health, mental health as well. And fun and recreation is also very important. This can't be, workaholic. So if you are able to give marks, let us say you are giving 5 or 6 or 7, just try to, connect it. It will not be a complete. If you want to make it complete circle, you look at the minimum, then you connect only 6 everywhere. That means there is a gap from 6 to 10. The need to improve, let's say physically or in terms of my health, in terms of my relationship, in terms of my personal, growth lacking. How much I need to improve. Nobody can get 10 out of 10, you know, even at the last breath. Nobody can be perfect, but you can try to excel in life. Don't try to be perfect. Perfection is always a tension. Try to be perfect. Nobody's perfect in this world, including God. That is why we have so many people who cannot see, so many people who cannot hear, so many people who cannot walk. So we have a lot of people with physical challenges. Why? Even God is not perfect, we say. So uh, we can say, of course, it is karma theory or whatever. Now, I have few questions to you. In fact, we have got 6 questions here. I'm going to ask the question. One of the participants can unmute and give me an answer for 10 seconds. Very quick answer. First question is, do you have your mind in your control? That means, supposing, for example, there's a plate of, Kaju Katli kept in front of you. Will you take half? Will you take one? Will you take more than 2 pieces? Will you take the entire plate? So I'm just saying, and you go to a shop and there are a lot of dress materials available. They are putting 50% discount. You don't have cash, but so will you buy or you will not buy? So just give me an answer with have your mind in your control.
Yes, I can say that I have control over.
Can you just give one example?
Like I thought to buy a super bike. Actually, I could have bought that using the card, but I thought to wait for some 2 or 3 months and make some more revenue, and then thought to buy it in the
Very nice.
own
Thank you. Please tell your name for the sake of the participants.
my
If
name
you are work,
Vinod.
what is your designation? Where you are working?
Yeah, I am working as an associate software architect in a reputed company.
Wonderful. Thank you much. So we will go for the second question. Do you look for approval from others? So I'll tell you the example. Let's say Dhoni has won the toss. He cannot ask Sakshi whether to be batting or bowling. He decides for himself. He doesn't, go for approval from his wife. So you can just take an example. I'm not saying you should not ask your wife. I'm just, saying many people we do things only with others. So anybody can unmute and answer me. Yeah.
Sir, I am Tamil Chilvan, sir.
Okay.
I don't look for any approval from others, sir.
Okay. Any
Because,
example?
yes, I am telling, sir. So, because actually, sir, I am a assistant professor in civil engineering department, sir. Actually,
Oh, very nice. So you don't
now,
look for your HOD's approval.
yes, sir, no, sir. I don't look, sir.
Very nice. So you don't
So,
face any problem.
sir, actually, I am telling another example. Actually,
Okay.
so now I am from civil department.
Okay.
So now I have a plan to change my field self
Very nice.
from teaching to yoga, psychology, likewise.
Yeah, it's
For
order of the
this,
day. Very nice. Very
for,
nice.
for, for
Congratulations, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
thank,
So we go
thank you,
for the
sir.
third question. Thank you so much for your response.
Thank you, sir.
So it's like a rapid, fire round. So do you work on your continuous improvement? So people in Japan, they say kaizen means you have to continuously improve yourself, improve products, improve things like. So who's going to answer this? Do you work on your continuous improvement? Any volunteer?
Yes.
Yeah, please tell your name and the answer also.
Yeah, I'm same Vinod actually. So I do keep myself updated with the latest technologies and looking for the startup opportunity, things and planning to do those things and all. So yeah,
Thank you. Thank
thank
you.
you.
So we go for the fourth question. Do you accept yourself without complaining? That means you may have certain weakness, you may have certain limitations, you may have certain restrictions. Do you accept yourself? Maybe you are bald too early, looking very dark. You belong to a oppressed. You are very short. Your communication is not good. You are not. You've been suppressed by your family members. So do you accept yourself without complaining? Who's going to answer?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, see, in my life, I have struggled a lot, sir, through financially, mentally.
I need a
But
very quick answer. Your name, your designation, and your answer.
Tamil Chilvan, assistant professor,
Yeah.
no, sir.
Okay.
But I
Wonderful.
blame him.
I,
I
I
take
really appreciate
responsibility for myself.
your answer and yourself as well. So we go to the next question now. You are a doer or a complaining person. For example, let's say you live in a street. So there are a lot of problems in your street. There is no speed breaker. The dustbins are not properly. you yourself complain and take appropriate action to people whoever you see. So this is just an example. For only to how many participants?
Sir, we have about 75, sir.
Oh, fantastic! I want a new voice. You are a doer or a
Sir,
complaining person?
Vaishnavi, sir.
Oh,
I'm a second year PG student, sir. Actually, I'm a doer,
okay.
sir.
Wonderful.
Even I won't wait for other persons to do or respond something. If I know, if I could get, I will do it, sir.
Please continue to do that. Never complain about anything. Okay, just move forward and it yourself. It's a very beautiful thing. Thank you so much. And we go for the final question. Can you appreciate expecting anything? See, human beings, we look for recognition. We look, we're all recognition seekers. So we need to appreciate even drivers. We need to say thank you. You've done a good job to a corporation worker or a driver or a servant, somebody who brings a wonderful coffee to you in the hotel. So you appreciate without expecting anything.
This is Sharmu Havel, sir.
Yeah,
I'm a
please.
managing director of a export company. So I used to wish the people who is unknown for me as well. If my friend is having a saying that happy birthday to someone, I will
Oh,
get the number and I'll call them and I will see. And
wonderful, sir. Wonderful,
whenever
sir.
I see a auto driver who is riding very well, I will give some high tip. I will appreciate them.
Beautiful, sir. Beautiful. Keep doing this. Keep inspiring people. Thank you so much. And
Thank
from
you.
my side, I want to tell you very quickly what I did. So my coach was from Germany. Her name is Sabine Kohler. So she told me as a part of an exercise, I need to appreciate people who I do not know, who are not in the social media. They must be from the common man's side. So I did 110 people, every one person in Facebook. Maybe somebody who's feeding the street dogs, somebody a very old lady who's selling papad and pickle and everything. So with their permission, I will take a photograph of them and I take the details and publish it in English or Tamil, and then some people, got due recognition. For example, the old lady, 78 years old, who was selling papad and pickles. I wrote about some of the friends, in my Facebook or magazine editors. So, Madam Lokanayaki from Kumudam Snegidi saw this post, and with my permission, she published, details about that lady because I had given the telephone number also. So the interview came in that magazine, which is read by lakhs and lakhs of people. So a lot of business came to that lady from Singapore, Dubai, and various other places. So next, what I did is Dinam ஒரு நண்பர் கற்றது. I wrote for 100 days and I made it as 2 volumes of books. It means how somebody became my friend, what I learned from him. So I'm just saying we need to appreciate people. It is it is contagious. Now, there is a slide in front of you. It is in Tamil. Those who do not read Tamil, for them, I'm just going to tell you in English. I'm not going to read the entire text here because it takes a lot of time. Only few examples I'll be. First one is, can wear a tie for yourself? That means putting a knot, tie knot. So if you, for everything is available in Google and YouTube, how to put a tie knot. More than 50, 60 types are available there. So can you do it yourself? And somebody in the office tells you, okay, please tell me a story or a joke, or sing a song, or tell me your own poem or a poem that you read recently. Can you do that? Supposing you are traveling, your shirt button, comes out of your shirt, and you have a needle and thread also, or maybe there is a nearby shop you buy. Can you stitch it yourself? I'm just saying there are many such things. Supposing there is a child who's crying at home, can you make the child stop crying? Can you do that? Can you make a presentation by yourself? Let it be for 1 minute, let it be for 15 minutes. And supposing if you want to buy some property or share or whatever, some vehicle, can you take a decision yourself? And supposing if you lost your key, how do you manage to open a vehicle or a door? So there are many such things which, you know, the list is huge. How we are going to resolve ourselves. That means this is related to life skills. Every day we need to learn many things. So how I'm going to prepare myself? So this is the question, list I'm asking you. So like that, there are many such questions in your mind. It may be lingering long in your mind, but you are not taking any action. I request you to take quick action on that. And for indicators of for self assessing self is, do I have long term strategic goal? But of late, the long term itself, you know, is very uncertain. We are living in an uncertain world, but still, we must have a strategic long term goal, which is called the vision statement. If you look at any company's website, there will be a vision. We call Mahatma Gandhi as a visionary. In fact, Maharavi Bharati, before India got freedom, he wrote, ஆடுவோமே பல்லு பாடுமே ஆனந்த சுதந்திரம் அடைந்து விட்டோம். It is called the creative visualization. He thought, to himself that our country got freedom already. He started to celebrate that. So that kind of a strategic goal we need to have. When I say strategic goal, a goal which is attached with some strategy, how to achieve it also. That means there is a mission attached to the vision. There are some people who are visionaries. There are some people who are missionaries. For example, Ratan Tata, you know, is a person with vision. Is a person with mission also. Is in fact implementing many such schemes. If you take the example of Sachin Tendulkar, so he wanted to make 100 hundreds. If you want to take the example of A.R. Rahman, he wanted to achieve Oscar award. So it was a long-term plan. He started working on it gradually. He achieved it. So do I keep my own goals as benchmark for further progress? Many people, once they achieve that, you have to revisit your vision statement, make another vision statement. So you would have seen in sports, supposing if they are a high jump person, they're able to do for 5 feet, they will increase it to 5.5 feet or 6 feet. If you are a sprinter, for example, Usain Bolt, they say 9.29 seconds. So he wants to reduce it by increasing his speed, the time he wants to reduce it. So do I complete it, with self in achieving such goal milestones? So do I do it myself or I take exam, with the help of somebody? Am I competing with others? That means, first of all, you need to compete with your own self. So that means you are upgrading yourself to the next level and you need to compete with others. Supposing if you are having your own company, your company itself, compared to the turnover of previous year, you should increase it. You have a lot of competitors in the industry, you need to compete with them and enhance your business. So for which you need to have a lot of strategies. These are all only questions. I have no time to answer you. You need to find the answer yourself. And frequency and type of assessment means minimum once in 6 months or quarterly you should do. And you can actually do it with your spouse. I tell you, all the women in the world, they are much wiser than men. You can check with your wife, you can check with your daughter, you can check with your girlfriend, where you're lacking, where you're capable. So they'll be able to tell you without any hesitation. Or your peers, that means your colleagues, or close colleagues, or your friends, your mentors, your teachers, they can actually tell you like a 360-degree kind of feedback, and your family members with well-defined questions. So, and you can validate uh, through online as well. And you can also, read certain books with questions. which is given as in the along with the article. It will reflect. And how to choose a mentor? You need a mentor, who can share his values, and he can actually tell you how you can uh, achieve success. Who has attained specific goals in his own life, he will tell you the method, how he has done it, and you can actually customize for your own self. You can do that for your own self, which is suitable to you, and then challenge yourself to get it done. And then we just go for a small video now. It's not a small video. It is for 4 minutes. Okay, it's a very important video.
I hate. And I tell you why. Because we have so many doubters. We have so many of those people that say no and you can't do it, it's impossible. But when you start doubting yourself, that's very dangerous. Because now what you is that if my plan doesn't work, I have a fallback plan. I have a plan B. And that means that you start thinking about plan B, and every thought that you put in plan B, you're taking away now that thought, that energy from plan A. And it's very important to understand that we function better if there is no safety net. Because plan B becomes a safety net. It says that if I fail, then I fall and I get picked up and I have something else there that will protect me. And that's not good. Because people perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B. And a plan B. I made a full commitment that I'm going to go be a bodybuilding champion. I made a full commitment that I'm going to be in America. I made a full commitment that I'm going to get in the show business and I'm going to be a leading man. No matter what it takes, I will do the work. I will do the work.
When to time I'm stopping this video, let me just tell you, many a times we have an alternative. What he says is, you go for one plan and make a strategy to achieve it. That's it, period. If you have a plan B, alternative plan, you already have something in mind. Okay, if I fail, I'll do that. That means you are either doing this, nor doing that. So that means, as is, your energy is looked upon plan B simultaneously. That means you are not focused. So better not to have a plan. Many people may have 26 plans. They have up to plan Z. Better you just plan and achieve successfully, come what may. Or plan, even if you fail, again go for the same plan. Now we are getting into a very important part of the presentation. We are already
நான் தான் பேசுகிறேம்மா. நான் கொஞ்சம் இதில் ட்ரைனிங் ஒன்று கனெக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன் அக்கா ஃபோனில். ஒரு 10 மினிட்ஸில் கூப்பிட்றேம்மா, கூப்பிட சொல்கிறேம்மா.
analysis or big data, business analytics. Let us say that if there is sorry, from morning to night, 10:30 is open. How many walk-ins are there during weekday? How many walk-ins are there weekends? And go. How many people go for mini meals? How many people meals? How many people go for unlimited meals? How for North Indian meals? So this kind of will actually inform from the bills. Uh, government department on how they can plan for the next week. Supposing during a raining period, how much we walk in. You take the example of somebody like Pokies or a textile shop. There are so many floors, right from undergarments to matching blouses to silk section. So how many people are opting for product? Marriage season, they may actually go for a lot of silk saris and dhotis and things like that. Okay, so you are able to plan accordingly and procure things accordingly. So the business analytics helps. Same way, now you look at the rainy season now. People are predicting. So during October, November, December, it is going to rain. How we are going to plan? But this year we are having unplanned, rains. So same way, the corona was also predicted how the level 2 is going to be, how the level 3 is going to be, what are the kind of vaccines we need, how many people are vaccinated. It is all connected to Aadhaar card. Now we are having a lot of important and exact details. How many people are having bank accounts? How many people are having PAN cards? How many people are tax assessees? So these are the analytics. So this is very important for people to take large decisions in their life. And computer human brain interface will very soon happen. I have a friend, Professor Rajkumar, SRM University, was done his PhD recently. So that is going to be the order of the day in the nearest future. There are a lot of students and professors sitting in this meeting. So you can just plan what is the kind of content you are going to provide, example to your students, what kind of that are going to be possible in the years to come. And these are all the predictions taken from the net only. It's not out of my own imagination. By 2050, the average age of an Indian would be 38. Now, in the in the year of 2020, the average age of an Indian will be 27. So by 2050, number of children actually people are not going to get married. Some people are going to delay their marriage. Some people are going to, opt out, not going for a child at all. So by 2050, India will be the world's second largest economy, overtaking US, and it will have 15% of the world's total GDP. Roads, railways, aviation, shipping, and the inland waterways transport will have more investments. And the companion robots will fluid conversation, will accompany people in traveling. You can imagine. So that means there is a market there for companion robots. That means that kind of people are required. That kind of studies are required. That kind of research is required. So that's going to give you a lot of business. And your ability to manipulate voice and video people already is happening for deep fake. It is like I've shown it in a picture. So we have seen in the recent movies also, they go for some kind of check. Though you produce the evidence, whether it is his audio or it is somebody else's audio. So this kind of deep fake will happen for politician and business people, and they will start to give again interviews. No, 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 I said this. It's not my voice. So this is going to be very frequently happening. And technology can identify faces and diagnose cancer, etc. And high-tech mind hacking. We see now actually hypnotherapy and hypnotology and all that. So people are using it for positive things. With hypnotherapy, I can actually hypnotize people and make them come out of bad habits like drinking, smoking, love failures, or whatever. And police use, they use this hypnotizing techniques. They bring out the truth. So this kind of high-tech mind hacking can happen to people. So even if they want to vote for a particular party, because if their mind is hacked, they'll go and vote for some other party. They want to invest in this, they will go and invest somewhere else. They want to open account here, they will do it somewhere. They want to buy this property, but they will buy some other property. So there is a two-way communication between brain and computer. People can tap our intentions So there is going to be symptom of Parkinson's or depression. It can be relieved through electronic pulse into the brain. So a lot of people are going to suffer from Parkinson's disease or depression. And electronic implants to replace the failing neurons of people that can coordinate heartbeat and with breathing. And I'm just continuing with the future. So it can be, beyond 2000, you can take it that way. Stem cell research is already going on, but it's going to be in a very big way. இந்த தொப்புள் கொடின்னு சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா, கட் பண்ணி தாயத்தை கட்டி அது மாதிரிலாம் அந்த காலத்துல பண்ணுவாங்க. இப்போ மாடர்ன் டேஸ்ல பண்றது இல்லை. பட் அதுலேருந்து எவ்வளோ பெரிய வியாதிகளை குணப்படுத்தலான்றத இப்போ பெரிய ஒரு ரிசர்ச் பண்ணி கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டு இருக்காங்க. தென் கூகுள் கிளாஸஸ் that will answer your phone call like the Apple Watch. And then Wi-Fi connected smart things such as refrigerators, toasters. So that means your refrigerator itself will order products from the shop. Of course, you should have balance in your bank. And home appliances like washing machine, any other thing which is going repair, it will give a call to the service engineer because it is Wi-Fi connected. And of course, already driverless cars are coming up in huge numbers, more numbers. And then wireless electricity. You can light up a bulb in the air and it would light up, without wires. And already smart homes are created. You can just with your voice message with your mobile phones, you can switch on the light, you can switch off the light. When you just go out of the room, the light will get switched off automatically, and you can change the color of the bulb, you can change the color of the light, you can change the environment. Reduce it, reduce the air condition by just saying voice. There are supercomputers fed with enough information about the universe that might be able to predict what is in store for us for better and worse. And learn to talk to animals. ஒரு படத்துல விவேக் பண்ணுவார் இல்லையா, அந்த அனிமல் பேசுறதுலாம் ஒரு காதுல விழுகும். அந்த மாதிரி there is going to be some kind of specific science which is going to be specific in our academics. நம்மளோட நாலந்தா பல்கலைக்கழகம்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, அப்பவே 780 விதமான படிப்பு இருந்ததுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. So we are going to have already the new education policy, whether it is or not, it's coming up with the various new courses applicable to the present situation. So you can communicate with species. It would focus, it will force us to take a long, hard look at our relationship with both animals and the environment. Like Wi-Fi, there will be Li-Fi. Li-Fi means light fidelity. You know, so that will have. You can see in the picture itself. Only the light it gets charged. So and you can actually use that kind of energy which is available from the light. And physical internet, fastest mode of transporting things, like implemented by drones. You're already seeing the ad of the drone delivering the soft drinks to your house. So of late, the politicians are using, and the future again. We are actually creating younger version of ourselves through cell biology and transplantation medicines. That means people will have an younger version of our own self. So we did not produce children. So there is a technology which is going to be available in the coming future, and there'll be space elevators and space tools. It's called the, you know, it's a kind of physics. We say. Uh, with that, we can transport ourselves from one place to another place without actually physically traveling. So, and then renewable energy source through, paint on solar cells. That's going to be available. A person in India can shake hands with another person in another country through a computer, much like video game technology during a conference. And number of deaths caused by air pollution, which is already there in Delhi. People are talking about it. Includes tiny particles found in smoke and haze emitted by cars and toxic components. It will actually kill more than 7 million people in the next 10 years. every year. We are talking about food security. Have sufficient rice and corn and various. இப்போ தக்காளி எல்லாரும் ஜோக் அடிக்கிறாங்க, தக்காளி கொடுத்துன்றாங்க, யாரும் வந்து தங்கம் போனதா சொல்லவே இல்லை. அந்த மாதிரி price of rice will go up. Important, food items will go up. Worldwide, children will get affected due to malnutrition, and we will be running short of drugs. சில மலையெல்லாம் உடைச்சு அதை பத்திலாம் கூட படம்லாம் ரீசெண்டாக எடுத்தாங்க. மலையெல்லாம் உடைச்சு அதெல்லாம் வந்து இண்டஸ்ட்ரி மாற்றும் போது அங்கே அற்புதமான சில ஹெர்ப்ஸ் நமக்கு வந்து கிடைக்காம போகிறதுக்கு நிறைய வாய்ப்பு இருக்குன்றாங்க. And number of people with dementia will triple. Around 115 million people in the world which cannot be diagnosed. Dementia is a kind of a memory loss issues. Old age ப்ராப்ளத்தில் அது வருது. இப்போ நீங்கள் நிறைய ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா அந்த ஜீரியாட்ரிக் ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட்டை வந்து நிறைய பேர் உருவாக்கியிருக்காங்க. ஜீரியாட்ரிக் ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட்லாம் வந்து அட்டன் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஏன்னா ஓல்டு பீப்புளுக்கு தான் இப்போ நிறைய ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. And hurricane will be very frequent and severe. We are already seeing lifting sea level. வந்து நம்ம பீச் ரோடு ஒன்னாயிடுச்சு. எங்க பீச் இருக்கு, எங்க மண் இருக்குன்னே தெரியல. ஸோ நம்ம தொண்டை வரைக்கும் சாப்பிட்டேன்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா. இப்ப கடல் வந்து தொண்டை வரைக்கும் சாப்பிட்டுச்சு. இப்ப அதுக்கு தண்ணி இழுத்துக்கிற அளவுக்கு அங்க இல்ல. This is going to happen very frequently. So it will raise temperature. Many cities in the world will be often flooded. Large scale blackouts can happen. இப்போ இதுல எல்லாத்துலயும் என்ன பிசினஸ் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டின்றத மட்டும் பாருங்க. நான் ஏதோ ஒரு ஜோசியர் சொல்ற மாதிரி நினைக்காதீங்க, கூகுள்ல இருந்து எடுத்து ஒரு படிக்கிறாருன்னு நினைக்காதீங்க. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி அதை போல. So buying that, and then through genetic engineering, kids will be choosing sex. இப்போ telling sex is you are punished. Doctor is punished. But இதெல்லாம் எனக்கு வேணும் create a girl by genetic engineering. அந்த குழந்தை அப்பியரன்ஸ் இது தாத்தாவே உரிச்சு வச்சிருக்கு. இந்த லைஃப் ரொம்ப அழகான நம்ம 2 பேரும் கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுது. அப்படியே உல்டா ஆயிடுச்சு. பிறந்துச்சு. இது வந்து ஒரு பட் நம்ம குழந்தைக்கு யார மாதிரி எப்படி இது எல்லாமே இன்ஜினியர் பாசிபிள் அப்படின்னா கோர்சஸ் அதுக்கான இது மாதிரியான விஷயங்கள் வரும். கண்ட்ரி பை சைனால நம்ம வந்துரும். Though I mean people are not going to get children, but it totally happened. ஏன்னா சைனாலையும் அது என்னென்ன பாப்புலர் நேம்ஸ் ஓம் கபால் ஜேன் இந்த மாதிரி பேர் வைப்பாங்க. மறுபடியும் மாறுவாங்க. ஆனா சொல்றாங்க அனுவி இந்த மாதிரிலாம். நெக்ஸ்ட் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஸ்லைட் அண்ட் இன்ஃபேக்ட் வந்து இதுதான் ஃபைனல் ஸ்லைடுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. people are not going to already ரெண்டோ கம்பெனி வந்து contact actually common refrigerators, your soap set, your dining table, and if there is a problem, if you complain, they will come and repair it. And if you want them to take it away, let's say you're going for a 1 month vacation or 2 months vacation, you can ask them to take it away. And யூ டோன்ட் ஹேவ் டு பை எனிதிங். அண்ட் வீடை காலி பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா நம்ம பேக்கர்ஸ் எல்லாம் கூப்பிட வேணாம். எல்லா பொருளையும் அவனே வந்து தூக்கிட்டு போயிடுவான். நம்ம ஒரு பேக் எடுத்துட்டு நம்ம பாட்டுக்கு கிளம்பி போயிட்டே இருக்கலாம். ஸோ அத மாதிரி இப்போ முன்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, ஷோபா ரவி மேடம் வந்து நியூஸ் படிக்கிறாங்கன்னா அவங்களோட வார்ட்ரோப் ரொம்ப ஃபேமஸா. இன்னைக்கு கட்டின அவங்க இன்னொரு நாளைக்கு கட்ட மாட்டாங்க. அத மாதிரி வந்து நான் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணேன். போன லெவல் 1ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா நான் வந்து வீடியோ போட்டேன். இட் வாஸ் டேக்கன் இன் மொபைல் அண்ட் ஐ புட் இட் இன் ஆல் சோஷியல் மீடியா. ஒரு நாள் போட்ட சட்டையை அடுத்த நாள் போடல. எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு 20-30 டேஸ் கழிச்சு என்னுடைய வியூவர்ஸ்லாம் என்ன பண்ணாங்க, என்னோட ட்ரெஸ் முதல்ல பார்க்க ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. சார் இந்த ட்ரெஸ் எங்க சார் வாங்கினீங்க, இந்த டிசைன் நல்லா இருக்கு சார், இந்த கலர் நல்லா இருக்கு சார்னு. ஸோ அத மாதிரி ட்ரெஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு தடவை தான் போடுவாங்கன்னா அது வாடகைக்கு ஏன் விலைக்கு வாங்கணும். அதே மாதிரி மியூசிக் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்ஸ், அதே மாதிரி சைக்கிள்ஸ் இப்போ ஆல்ரெடி அங்கங்க வச்சிருக்காங்க இல்லையா பைக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ சைக்கிள்ஸ் ஸ்மார்ட் சிட்டிஸ்ல வந்து நம்ம ஓட்டுறோம், கொண்டு போய் வச்சு போயிட்டே இருக்கோம். அது மாதிரி வரப்போகுது. கம்பெனிஸ் ஆர் நாட் கோயிங் டு ஓன் பஸ்ஸஸ் அண்ட் ஃபர்னிச்சர்ஸ். இப்போ மினிமம் பீப்புள் தான் வாங்கவே மாட்டாங்க. அண்ட் skilled people will not be appointed by one company. இப்போ ஒரு பிளம்பர் எலக்ட்ரிஷியன் இருக்காருன்னா காலைல இங்க ஒர்க் பண்ணுவாரு, மதியம் பண்ணுவாரு, சாயங்காலம் அவங்க ஒர்க் பண்ணுவார். 3 கம்பெனி பேரோஸ் இருக்கும். ஸோ அது salary will be shared by service will be shared by 3 companies and he will get 3 salaries. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? skilled மேன் பவர் நிறைய டிமாண்ட் இருக்கும், அவருக்கு நிறைய பணம் கிடைக்க போகுது. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் தான் ஃபியூச்சர் ப்ரெடிக்ஷன்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. அண்ட் பீப்புள் வுட் நாட் லைக் டு ஓன் எனிதிங் இன் ஃபியூச்சர். அவனையமா வீடெல்லாம் கூட வாங்க மாட்டாங்க, லீஸ்க்கு போயிடுவாங்க. ஸோ தெர் ஆர் மெனி திங்ஸ் விச் இஸ் கோயிங் டு ஹேப்பன் இன் அ வெரி டிஃபரெண்ட் வே. ஸோ யூசிங் திஸ் பர்டிகுலர் session which ran for 1 hour and 24 minutes, barring the very brief introduction by Ajay. So I conclude the session here. Definitely, this is not a subject which is to be done for an hour or so. It has to be done for the whole day with a lot of games, interactions, demos, and I believe in participative kind of an approach. So participative, contributive. So there will be a lot of ideas from the participants. If there was a physical, program, definitely it would have been much definitely an interactive session. Many people would have contributed to it and it would have been much more interesting. 52 people are still with us now. One has gone, 51. So including me, 50 are there. It is in fact it is a very, so you have stayed here for 1 hour the forum now to our Ajay to interact with the people, help me, facilitate me in taking up the questions, and also look at the chat box, and I will answer the questions based on the time available.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for the wonderful session. Hope all participants enjoyed. For the
Can I
benefit of
see
time,
Ajay, switch on your video. I want to see you.
This is Mani here from Youngrush. Dr. Thanks session. I just want to add, I think there are more than 8 people, because for some companies they have joined in a single video session to the conference room. So there are more than 70 people.
Excellent.
Joined. So there may be a single login, but there are 4 participants into it. Just keeping you posted.
Wonderful, Mani sir. I really appreciate your efforts. You have taken a very good initiative along that. And though it is an initial plan with us, there are a lot of experts you can align with. I can even give you already program Dr. R. present here, who is also a wonderful resource person. So like that, with whom you can align with and present programs. And I also believe anything given free, it has got no value. and you have to collect at least 80 to 100 rupees per person, so they understand the money value. And it's not just we are trying to make we are giving them value for money. That's a thing. So and now
Point.
forum open people to interact or ask questions or give comments.
Yes, sir.
uh,
Sir.
Point. Point.
Yes,
Point.
including
yes, sir. Thank.
experts like Armugam.
Yes,
Okay, request the participant to type in the box also.
Yeah, sure.
sir.
Yeah.
Vinod. Sir, Vinod.
Yes.
Please.
So
Okay.
I have actually I'm an adopted developer actually. I am one of the who are adult certified to go. So the experience and with that experience, I have to start actually. So I joined some what do you call the initial steps, and we started building the things and like aim is to put the small and medium businesses in fact, and we like the enterprises and big corporate to serve the small companies, small people to getting into e-commerce actually. So mainly this actually this e-commerce much more growth level is much more fast.
Can you just to me?
Yeah.
You to be very brief, giving either or questions, so that others also will use this time. In
Yeah,
fact,
yeah.
I would like to say from the things that you have already spoken. People say prayer is prayer by itself. It's not like that in business. The moment you think, before you change your mind, you please get into the act. It's not just thinking or planning. Please start doing it. You will be successful. Unless you try it out, you won't knowing whether you are going to be successful or not. So thank you very much. I wish you the very best. So it is open to other persons.
By taking time into consideration, we suggest Dr. Bala sir, we will take some three more questions.
Yeah, sure. I'm
Any,
available
yeah, any participants want
because
to?
Adi is going to sponsor lunch for me actually.
Sir,
Participants,
we will have a
you can.
virtual lunch, sir.
What's your lunch? பார்த்தீங்களா?
Participants, one more thing, money from Young Rush. There is a WhatsApp group. You can after the session also you can post your queries or address all the questions. We'll not open any of the questions.
In the chat box, they have given only comments. There are no questions. They are saying wonderful session, useful session, uh, comprehensive coverage. This is what I have mentioned. So I request you to kindly open up your video and say a few words.
Okay,
As
so
Ajay said, 3 more
yeah,
opportunities.
if there is no questions, then we can keep the floor open for feedbacks. Participants, you can, yeah, you can come forward and share your feedback. Any one or two participants about the session.
Yeah. Dr. Armugam, would you like to say something?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and especially Ajay Karthik for wonderful organization of this session. Yeah, really, there were about more than 76% to start with the session, and lively that I mentioned as like very comprehensive. The are we updated? Are outdated? The topic was well covered. It's amazing within the 1 hour 24 minutes the whole topic has been given a lot of input, examples, and about some of the codes also, which is the great USB of Dr. Bala. We know that. We know about him, and that's the greatness of him. And this has been. Thank you so much. It was a good time for the rainy season in Chennai. This session has been very what do you call refreshing and re-engineering ourselves. Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. Thanks for your feedback. Any other participant want to share their feedback?
I saw one message there.
உங்க ஸ்டைல்ல ஒரு கவுண்ட் டவுன் போட்டுடலாமா சார்?
நீங்களே போடுங்க சார்.
Okay.
Okay.
We thank all the participants for spending the past 1.5 time with us, half hours with us. It was a wonderful session delivered by Dr. Bala. Thank you for each and everyone for being part of our education webinar series. We'll be keeping you posted with yeah. Yes, sir.
Couple of asked the PPT.
Yeah, sir. That we will share, sir.
No. It is with you. Don't share it as it is. You make it a PDF version.
Yes. I will share only the PDF version, sir.
Or you convert this PDF and you can share it in the group or whatever.
Sure, sir.
Claiming any intellectual property, you don't want people to use it ready-made. They have to put some
to make it back to a PPT.
Correct.
Yes, and please stay in touch with us. We will post our social media handle links in the Google in the WhatsApp group. Stay in touch with us. We will keep you posted with our future events. Thank you all. We will end the session.
I once again thank the organizers for giving me a great opportunity. Hope you enjoyed and you got benefited from this program. So keep attending such seminars. It will definitely update you. In the title that we have chosen. So every day we need to update. And learning is continuous, and there is no never ending for learning. Our last breath, we have to learn and for us to survive successfully. So I request you learning. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much. God bless you and stay safe. Be at home today. If it is there is water in your area, kindly don't go out and get yourself in risk. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you all. We will end the session now. Thanks.
Close பண்ணிட்டுமா?
Yes, sir. நீங்க க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க சார்.
Okay, thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.